I will not allow the anti-growth coalition to hold us back. Labour, the Lib Dems, the SNP, militant unions, think tanks, the talking heads, the Brexit deniers, Extinction Rebellion, they prefer protesting to doing. They prefer talking on Twitter. They taxi from North London townhouses. From broadcast to podcast, they peddle the same old answers. Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Thank you for listening to Two Talking Arseholes. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and may deal with adult topics and adult themes.
Brownstown, we're with you when you fight. Brownstown, bark with the dogs tonight. Brownstown, Cleveland is right behind you.
Souls, welcome to it, to Our Souls Talking. We are on the 10th of October 2022. It's me, Steve,
the anti-growth coalition,
Hen, and over there we have...
Is it going to be a blackout? I don't know, Mr. Singh.
Yeah, fuck off.
That's what they're saying about Kwasi Kotang, isn't it?
Kwasi Kotang. I got me pictures of Kwasi Kotang. Here he is, Kwasi Kotanga. I'm going to do that every week now. Every week, because I did fuck up last week, and I apologise if it did come across badly. But I feel that I did make a mistake, and that's why I'm going to do it. Did you actually see the conference?
No, I didn't want to watch.
I didn't watch it because I don't like her talking because it does my ears in. Same as Boris. But I saw the beginning on the news, and James Cleverly was like going like that, and she said something, and he was going. I thought, James Cleverly, you are not Cleverly. I think he's worse than Gavin Williamson, sir.
It seemed like last year that everyone was on the same page, all like gearing up, and had a lot of people came. Mine were like, has certain charisma, even though you don't like them, yeah? This year round, it was like, they dusted off the robots and stuck them out in front of it. And I forgot the name now, the one who's the health secretary. There's a picture of them falling asleep when she was talking. Nadine Dorris, is it Nadine? No.
No, Nadine Dorris is an
Dorris
idiot.
Here anyway. The one who says, have election. Yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah. Apparently she had the Ice Cube as a ringtone.
Okay. Was that Tinkle Tinkle, Tinkle Tinkle? Av did have a delay with his voice, but I feel he's back now. Say the alphabet. Only up to D.
A. I can't get past D. What comes after D, Steve?
I just want to see your mouth move and see if the sound comes out at the same time.
Yow, yow, yow.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, no, before you laughed, right? You laughed. I heard you laugh.
Yeah.
And then your mouth didn't laugh. You still, and then it went ha ha. But you seem to have caught up now.
I was like ha 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 ha.
Now, I might be the only one who actually gets that. If you're watching that, you have to watch that. It's brilliant, that is, Av. But no, if you are watching this rather than listening to it, then you'll have seen it. But if you are listening to it, go and watch it. You can actually watch this on Spotify and YouTube, Talking to Our Souls.
Yeah.
Do you notice I'm not squeaking this week?
Oh, you got a new chair, have you?
I have a new chair.
A gaming chair.
Do you want to ask why?
I don't know. Play games?
No. I've brought 3 or 4 chairs in the time I discovered the internet. This sounds like a very pervy thing to say. Since I discovered the internet, I've gone through 4 chairs. But the last one I got had a massage back, and I got it before the pandemic, I think. And it broke after a year, and I kept sinking down. And it started. I noticed on. Now, for those of you, I'm not even going to leave this in. I noticed on the podcast when I listened to it, you can hear me going. So I thought, I've got to buy a new chair. I felt that if I bought anything under 120, it was going to go. This gaming chair was 85, and I thought for an extra 20 quid, it might be better to get a chair so it doesn't go. I don't know if that was entertaining. Was that entertaining?
No, it's not. Mickey, leave it in, Steve. He wasn't engaged. He didn't really have me engaged.
And now I want a new desk. But because people will see. I've still left the label on just in case.
I saw it. I just didn't want to bother asking about it.
Anyway, Liz Truss, the party conference.
Oh, God. I tried watching it, Steve. I tried. God knows I tried. But like you, he's like, her voice has become so annoying. And it's the way she can't seem to get the pitch right. When she says something, she's waiting for something to happen. I don't know what.
I'm convinced she had anal beads inside her. That's what... No, honestly, I've got a video to prove it. I have a video.
Let's get them removed.
And just like the chess player who cheated with them. You hear about that?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I thought when I saw that. She looks like she's got something inserted inside her that she can't get out. And that's why she's always like...
Do you know...
we should talk about the chess, man. Should we do it now?
Well, so what you should play at this point is... I don't know if anyone remembers Police Academy, the first one, when the captain goes to the stand. And there's
and
a
she's
woman...
underneath.
Yeah. And
Right.
he's trying to give a serious speech on policing, and he's
I think we ought to say while she's filleting him, otherwise people who are listening won't understand my trumpet impression.
yeah. But if you imagine that, should we say? I don't know. Was it disrespectful to say that about Liz Truss, baby? With the what you mentioned?
What to say? No, to say that she's got something stuck inside her that she's forgotten to take it out. Apparently, a lot of women wander around the shops with them in. Apparently, I don't know if it's true.
I'm not really comfortable talking about this.
Let's talk about cheating. He was a grandmaster, wasn't he? He was a young grandmaster, and he had apparently a remote-controlled sex toy. Can I say sex toy? Inserted up his arse. That sounds a bit worse. In his back passage.
Well, I'm just trying to what his reaction was, but it's like when he's moving his paw or whatever, he'd be like.
Well, that's the thing.
Why didn't he do that on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, I suppose, yeah, no, because it's A, B, C, or D, isn't it? So you just have to go 1 for A, 2 for B.
Yeah.
3. I'd hope it was D all the time. Beep, 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 beep.
But I just like the expression because it goes, so, Heather, what do you think it is? D!
But you're right. I mean, surely he must, unless it was set on slow or whatever, soft, so it wasn't like vigorous.
No, don't make fun of me, Steve. I don't plan to have an experience of it. I've not had an experience of it. But when you sit down on it, you have to sit down very carefully, wouldn't you, I imagine?
I think it's fully inserted. I think it's like smuggling. Not that I've smuggled. I've snuggled, but I haven't smuggled.
We won't talk about that.
But I'd imagine that's what it is, that it's like, it's hidden. Like the wires aren't hanging out in boxer shorts.
You sit down. It's like when you want to go for a big shit and you're sitting down. You'll be like you'll keep moving, wouldn't you? Like if you can't go, you're trying to fold it in a little bit like that. Are you? No.
Yes, but also the person who's doing the remote controlling, why doesn't he play the game? Unless he's got it on a computer screen.
That's what I'm saying. You know you don't know how far away he is, do you? These things go for miles now, don't you? How long before they make a movie about that, Steve?
That's a great segue into the new Mario movie. It's
good?
got it's better than the Bob Hoskins one. Period. It's got Jack Black as Bowser. It's animated, but it's like 3D plush toys. They look like, and I like him a lot. And he's in Guardians of the Galaxy, but he was in Parks and Recreations when I first. Thank you very much. He plays Mario, and he doesn't play him with a cod Italian accent, and he doesn't go, "It's a me, a Mario."
I'm sure at some point they'll bring it in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they've only shown like such a small clip.
Oh, who's that? You get kicked in the balls or something? It's me, Mario.
I don't think I'd go and see it though. I think it would be a great movie for children. Like the guy who invented Mario said that he hoped it would be enjoyed by adults and children alike.
Adults will go and watch it because they've grown up with it, aren't they? So
yeah.
Playing the game.
Chris Pratt was saying he used to play it all the time when it was like in an arcade machine before it became a Nintendo Entertainment System. Why did we go into Mario? Oh, they're going to make it into a film. They were going to make Anal Beads into a film, which I'm sure it is.
Wrong.
To do that.
See, it looks like at the third wrong, she was going to say something else.
Yes.
Someone pressed a button to say stop.
She is very much a robot. But she's very into this though, isn't she? She's very into
Anti-Growth Coalition.
See, I've got my banner for the Anti-Growth Coalition.
Is that a real thing?
It is now. I think people will make it into a thing because I think that's the only way we can beat these fuckers. I've ordered a T-shirt. Scott Balcony.
Anti-growth sounds like a counter agent to Viagra.
Who in their right mind? Do you know what? I'm getting too many erections. I really need to stop them. That's a very male thing.
Yeah, I was talking to someone and he took it.
What, Viagra?
He had to go to hospital because he wouldn't go down.
It's like my wife. It actually came out my mouth. I apologise. So, but why would you? Why? How old was? Why? See, I could understand if you're older and blood's not going round, but like if you're young, why would you do that? Just to try it out?
I think he just tried it out and thought he could go for a bit longer, you know. But yeah, to go to hospital.
The amount of times I was embarrassed on the top of the double-decker bus when I was younger. Just wouldn't want to get off the bus. It's embarrassing when you get them when you don't want them.
But he wanted it. What's embarrassing, was it?
So what? But what did they say at the hospital? Just go back home and wait, or did they just start smacking him? They stop it!
I think that probably would have kept it going. But I think I was just so shocked when he said. I can't remember. Anti-growth. Yeah.
Anti-growth coalition. I think we're going to hear a lot of it. I think it might become a thing to beat them over the head with it.
The thing is, she said, "I'm pro-growth." I'm thinking, no, you're not. Yeah,
that's all we need to be. That's it. No, you're not.
You're pro-rich people paying less tax and wrapping it up as a growth.
It was the thing in the Mirror the other day, and I don't read the Mirror, but it was a headline, and it says for every £2. For every pound we give in the new tax, she's taking £2. I don't know why they don't just take £1 off us rather than and say, look, we're going to take £1 off you, and that would save a lot of money because they're not actually trying to hide it in the bureaucracy.
We're talking at that when they're talking about today. National Grid were talking about rationing, weren't they?
Can you? Av's a lot younger than me. Can you remember the power cuts of the 70s?
No, because I wasn't born then. But I went to India for. I mean, I've been to India. It's been a while since I've been to India, but when I went initially, I went 3 months, and it's a normal thing there to get blackouts.
Oh, to have okay.
To power drain, and a lot of people in India steal the electricity as well. So that's
really?
There's a big demand on it. Yeah. I've experienced it, but in a hot country, and it's normal there, so you deal with it. Here, it's not the norm, is it? And it's cold.
Not anymore. Years ago, we used to have fridges that had like just a little box where you could put a couple of fish fingers in, but now we've got big freezers, haven't we? So if we lose power for 3 hours, if it's a rolling blackout for 3 hours, that's not going to be good for your frozen.
But I'm thinking, it's not a defrost. You won't fully defrosted 3 hours, you might get away with it. But you know, when initially you talked about having blackouts, I thought they were talking about getting Kwasi Kwarteng out. Because initially talked about brownouts, then I thought Rishi's gone. Then they said blackouts, and I thought, oh, they're trying to get rid of him now.
Brownouts, right? It's an American thing, and that's like when they just throttle the power, so there's less power going in, so they're just throttling them in America.
The police in America have a reputation for throttling the blacks out, don't they?
I do feel very uncomfortable saying the word blackouts now. And I wondered whether or not blackouts and brownouts was like the way Americans said brownouts because they didn't want to offend people. But I think we've managed to. I was in France once and I was eating some flat peas and I couldn't eat much. In fact, I could only manage two. Come on, I think that's funny. I've just made up a joke for people.
Can you believe that there's two people on this podcast that see themselves as comedians?
Yeah, I just think that's...
Wrong.
She did another one, growth as well.
Viagra again, was it?
Because we said ages ago that we were going to give her a few weeks to settle in, but then the Queen died.
We know what pushed her over the edge, don't we now, meeting her?
I honestly believe, and I think this is true, Dat, the Queen held on just so she could make sure that Boris had left as Prime Minister, because it was only a couple of hours after she saw him. I know Liz Truss came in after, but I think that's what it was. I think she said, I've got to get him out. You need a new chair. I don't like the world at the moment, and I think we should be bringing people happiness, as Ken Dodd would say, joy, and things like that. So, television brings us joy. There's some good things on the television at the moment.
There's the Game of Thrones. I'm waiting for that to finish the first season. I might go to it.
They changed the two of the characters halfway through because it's gone
made them
older.
black.
I wouldn't watch it if they did that. They made him older, like, so they changed. Because it took me a long time to get to like the first princess, and then they changed it to an older woman.
It's not as diverse as you think, Steve. Because why aren't the trolls black?
Because that's not House of the Dragon.
I was talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you went into Lord of the Rings somewhere along the line. We were talking about House of the Dragons. Well, the trolls aren't black because that would be because they're a negative creature, aren't they? The trolls.
Yeah, but you have no.
So they're making positive. Everything's positive.
There should be black elves and white elves. Humans, black humans and white humans. Trolls, black trolls and white trolls, and white trolls as well.
That was Av there being a little funny.
Hey, I should be nominated for Birmingham Comedy.
Yes, it's on all this week, so go and see some very good comedians at Birmingham Comedy. There's some good stuff.
I want to be the token black guy.
You can't be a token black guy.
I am on this show.
Whoa! Yeah, no, because we're both old.
Yeah.
Old, ugly.
Well, I'm not black as stuff, but... Yeah.
But you're not a token, though. You're the only one I've got. I don't mean black guy. You're my only friend.
That sounded wrong.
Yeah, no, but that's it. You're the only friend. That's why you're doing it. It's not. I have nothing to do. I didn't choose you. You've made it. You've all made it about race. You have every episode. I never go anywhere near it.
It's the only thing I have an actual opinion on.
No, you have opinions on
Viagra.
Viagra Falls. Anyway, I did want to say, with that TV thing that we talked about, I have watched all of This England with Kenneth Branagh as Boris Johnson. Would you like me to do a review? Shall I do your movie time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we'll have the title.
Oh, it's movie time with Av. Sing.
And Stephen. It really freaks me out because I'm looking and I'm thinking Kenneth Branagh is so good, and he's like Boris Johnson, but whoa, I hate Boris Johnson. So it's like I'm conflicted in the fact that Kenneth Branagh is being such a good actor as Boris Johnson, but it is Boris Johnson.
I appreciate, Steve, your review, but it kind of killed the segment, hasn't it? The way you've done it now.
Do you think that we are going to be in deep shit over Christmas?
I think we're already in deep shit. It's just how far further down we go.
Thanks, Av.
Brownstown, Cleveland is right behind you.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe and share this because it will help us. And don't forget to tune in next week, 8 p.m. Mondays. Ta-ra! So